Hi, welcome to Quite Simply, where we quite simply talk about whatever I feel like talking about. No fancy cameras, no fancy microphones, no fancy lighting, just you, me, and my LED mask. I wasn't going to make this video. In fact, I had no intention of making this video, but I think I'm going to. I know they always say that you should journal big feelings, but ironically, and I'm going to share something about myself. And I think it's been pretty clear in the few videos I've made that I don't want to talk about me in terms of who I am so much. I'm trying to keep it all pretty private, but I'm a writer. It's one of my jobs. I have a few, but I've always written. Like from the moment I learnt to write, I wrote. It's very much a big part of who I am. It's, I guess, an ego attachment. Um, and at points of my life, I've had some okay success with being a writer. It was a job that I held in other capacities for years and years. And then I began to write books. And after a few fails, I was lucky enough to be published and never reached those glorious heights of, the Marian Keyeses and the Stephen Kings of the world. Nowhere near. It was very much not even mid-tier, low tier in terms of the monetary success. But I was really proud of the fact that traditional publishers saw something in what I wrote. And then I probably made some missteps in my career in terms of who I chose to work with after being culled and when an editor left a previous publisher. And so since then, I've just been trying my best to find a new one. And I've written books and I've had some nice feedback. And eventually I gave up on one of the books I wrote because I sent it out enough times that even though I got told the writing was beautiful and whatnot, it was just not quite what they were looking for, and the market's tough, etc., etc. And I get that. Never takes away the sting of rejection. Have I mentioned that? I'm going to talk about rejection. That's what I would journal about if I wanted to write, but I don't want to write it down because I write all day. Well, not all day, I write for a couple of hours a day, every 5 days a week. So the idea of doing more extra bonus writing to talk about my feelings is nothing short of abhorrent to me. It is like the chef who does not want to cook at home. I was even going to do a whole thing that was more interesting by going through my box of stuff that I don't know whether I should keep it or move it on. In fact, but I can't be bothered. Let's just talk. This morning I woke up to another rejection from a publisher who had said, next time you write a book, please send it in because we do love your writing. And it came with, again, not quite what we're looking for. And I don't know why, but today it hurt. Like, it got me. Like, the rejection has hit me here. Oof. And I don't know if it's because I haven't got many tools with dealing with it anymore, which is weird. I'm not afraid of putting myself out there. Like, I have suffered much rejection in many aspects of my life. And then, even recently, I've been trying to make more friends as an adult, and it's really hard, and I've done my best and still felt rejected, which I think I might talk about that too, because it isn't easy making friends when you're an adult. Maybe for some, but I mean real proper relationships. I'm not one for loose friendships. I get deep, I get meaningful, I treat my friends like my family, and I really don't have a lot of time for just loose connections, and that's on me. But yeah, so this came, and in the past, when I used to get a rejection on a piece of my writing, I had the most unhealthy way of dealing with it, but it worked for me at the time, in which I would cry, I would get angry, and then I would send out a fresh query to a new publisher or agent, and then I would drink a bottle of bubbles to celebrate the fact I tried. And I loved doing that, and it was a nice routine, but obviously it's still January and I don't drink in Januaries. And I'm very seriously considering continuing on this no drinking path because I really am enjoying it more than usual. But now it leaves me like, what do I do? I mean, I don't even have the energy to get angry. I just feel sad. I did follow my usual routine and sent a fresh query out to another publisher that I would love to work with. But it just feels, I think because it feels like I've gone backwards. Like I keep writing books that I think are as good, if not better, than ones I've written previously, but I just can't seem to find the right place for them. And I do believe that when you are a writer looking to be published, it is 50% hard work and 50% luck. Hell, it might even be like 20% hard work and 80% luck. You just need the right agent or the right editor to look at it on the right day when the market is right and the stars align, and boom, you've found yourself a home. But yes, I did not find a home for my last book. And one of the places, there are about 3, 4, 5 publishers I'd really like this place, my next book, to find a home, that I've written, that I'm working on the sequel for right now. It didn't want it either, and it's sad. And maybe I shouldn't attach so much of myself to what I put into a book, but I think it's really hard because you do put yourself into a book, even though I am not my characters and I have not had the experiences they have in their books. I still have their feelings. I still take my experiences of, falling in love and feeling rejected and hurt and not feeling good enough into a book, into my character's experience. And I guess that's part of being, I think, a writer who's not the worst writer, is you are able to feel deeply and then translate it to the written word. And I know that I can, and I know that I have, and I really hope that one day there'll be somebody out there who wants to publish what I've written. One can only hope. And I do, and I think that's half of it. Every single time I send out a query, I have so much hope. I have so much I guess I have that seed of potential that I continue to grow, and then very quickly it gets stamped on, or not even quickly. Sometimes they don't even reply. They do say, if you do not hear from us within 6 weeks, it is a no. And honestly, that hurts too, because it's like I've spent an hour putting together this query and I can't even get a generic no. I don't expect it. We think you're amazing. Everything you do is brilliant. It's just not for us. I just would like at this time, this is not please don't take it to heart. You always take it to heart. I don't think any writer who is serious about their craft doesn't take a rejection to heart, even when they tell you not to. I mean, it's hard not to. I think when you pour your heart and soul and spend hundreds of hours on a project, it's natural to take it to heart. But I guess they just have to say that. It's definitely a case of, it's I don't know, is it not me, it's you, it's you, it's not me. I think even if they say it's me, it still feels a little bit like you. Or vice versa. So anyway, quite simply today, I'm allowing myself to feel sad. I'm allowing myself to try and, I am allowing the sadness. I don't even want to allow the sadness. I'm battling against it, but I'm trying to do it. But I also know that it's not healthy to wallow in it and that I need to move on. And I've done that in a little step in sending out a fresh query. And I don't think I'm even going to cross my fingers. And I think I have kind of come to that point. I've kind of also been battling the idea of self-publishing, not because I don't think it's valid. I think it's amazing. I'm just terrible. I like working with people. I'm terrible at the details. I hate faffing around, and I'm not a designer, and I don't know what looks good or what will sell. I mean, I just know how to write. But maybe that's just the path that I'm being kind of scooted in the direction of. And maybe that's what I'll do. And who knows, maybe I'll end up having some success there. And then I'll be like, why did I not do this 5 years ago? But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know, it's twee, but they say, whoever the great they is, everything happens for a reason. And maybe it does, or maybe we're just a bunch of ants ambling along, but with a bit more of a capacity in our brain than ants, and whatever happens, and so be it. But yeah, I have been rejected. I have sad feelings. I'm going to have to put on my big girl britches and go back to being an adult. I'm going to continue writing the sequel of the book today, even though I don't feel like it. I'm going to continue with progress. I'm not going to let it beat me down, but I am going to allow myself a moment to feel sad. Thanks for listening. Tomorrow we'll talk about my month in review and how I went with my goals. Have a good one.